Alright, just thought I'd show people some of the details with the sail cover that we've got, the UV cover to cover the mainsail when it's down on the boom. You can see the wings that we've got on the boom here make it like a Park Avenue style boom, which is something that really came in, I think. Well, my first memory of it is like with Wally yachts and the super yachts in the Med. I remember sort of seeing them with these Park Avenue booms. I did a delivery on the Reader, a Wally 105 back in, oh man, when was it? It was like the late 90s, 99, up to Norway from Antibes. And I remember Narita had this beautiful Park Avenue boom. So, that boat was from the 90s. And so I don't think they're anything new. This is old tech. And what the guys at All Yacht Spas have done is obviously they've designed these really nice arms, brackets that come out. And then there's just tube. But the tube has got screwed to it, bolt rope track, double top and bottom. So you can have this cover slide in and then you can use the bottom cover for an awning if you want. So it's super sweet. But the boys have done a great job. What we got them to do was webbing on the bottom so that the sail can breathe and any moisture can drain out. At the same time it protects it from the UV. And you can see the boys have put in these really nice clips so we can roll it up like it is now when we're sailing. We roll it up and it's super low profile. It doesn't wear on the sail. There's no bag and batten rubbing on the sail. It's just really, really nice. Super sleek. So you're pretty happy with that? That's interesting. Yeah, pretty happy with the way that's all working. I mean, you can see at the end there's slots. That's for the reefing lines. That's where the reefing line goes. We just use the outhaul. So I've got to make a couple of strops to go around there. And then what happens is the outhaul just attaches to each different strop depending upon what reefing point you want to put in. That's how we get away without having any reefing lines. But you can see this front edge here is held forward with this bungee cord. That's so that the boom can pivot side to side and the bungee just slides through the turnbuckles. Yeah, really nice. Super happy with it. Love the soft tack. Better cut that shackle off. Yeah, really just stoked. Look how neat and tidy that is. Super tidy. And yeah, that boom being like that, Park Avenue allows us to have a really low flake, which allows us to have a very low profile bag. Anyway, the bag's really low profile and then there's a zip, so I'll do another video when it's done up and explain the zip. So there's the cover all zipped up. You can see super nice, low profile. And I'll tell you what's really, really nice about what the guys have done is that everything's tight fitting. Okay, really, there's not a lot of excess material, so you don't get the sail cover flapping. And if you don't get the cover flapping, you don't get any chafe anywhere. But you can see these are the battens here. There's a batten here and a batten here. And those battens just make it easier to roll up and to do those clips up. You can see there's a zip here on the side. As you can see, it gets done up. There's the sail. And then there's there's a zip on the other side here. So 2 zips, and that takes this forward piece off. We unzip it here and we unzip the sides, then this whole forward section comes off. We have a small Dyneema strop here which attaches to the halyard, which just stops the halyard from rubbing on the bag and pulling on the bag. But you can see that is a really, I think that's probably one of the best mainsail bags I've ever seen made for a boat. Really stoked with the job the boys did. You know, we really like minimal. We really like minimal and simple, and this is, yeah, it's beautifully done. So the zip is at the back. When we unzip it, I just jump on the boom and unzip it. It's really nice and easy. And yeah, you can see zips right up here to the back. Zip that all the way up. But it stops birds getting in because it's so nice and tight. Birds can't get in. You can see those two battens running either side of the zip there. And you can see the webbing underneath. How it allows the airflow, allows any water to drain out. But you can see because the bag's nice and tight, very little moisture entering the bag. Most of the rain and everything just runs off. But yeah, very, very happy with very, very happy with the way it came up. Really stoked. Looks neat, looks tidy. Doesn't flutter in the wind. We don't have to worry about chafe. When we're sailing, it rolls up very small and very neat and tidy, and it should look after that mainsail really well. If anyone's got any questions about the bag or anything like that, let us know, and I'll endeavour to give you some more information in future videos. But yeah, this zip just undoes. Super easy. This is a bit tight. It's pretty tight, this edge here. We have to pull a fair bit, but I much prefer it to be tight and not to flutter and move around than to be loose.